Up world, we got an exclusive walk and talk with one of the best, one of the greatest, and none other than Mr. Emmitt Smith. And guess what Emmitt has in his hand? It's not a football, but it's those bounty.
It's much softer. It's the quicker picker upper. It's the best thing out there. When you're having wings and sauciness over the weekend and you're enjoying the Super Bowl and your fingers get nasty and dirty and sloppy because of all the salsa that's on the food that you're eating, you need something quicker to pick up the mess. This is it. Bounty, baby.
Emmitt. Now, we're here, and you already know the Cowboys are always the most popular thing going.
Right.
Look, the internet's been talking about that game still for the last 3 weeks. So what is the state of the Dallas Cowboys for you?
Well, obviously, the Cowboys right now, when you don't win or you don't perform or you have a great season, but you get into the playoff and you get knocked out early, it is very disappointing, especially with the expectation of the Cowboys being successful and getting back to the NFC Championship game. And you think your team is ready, but obviously we are not. And we still have a ways to go, and we have so much more room for improvement, and we need to get there fairly quickly because it's been a long time since we've been to the NFC Championship game.
Man, and you know what? It's funny because you say that, and at that point in time, you guys were still the biggest thing going, and the way that you won that one where you guys got to come back, you know, from a year not being there, you could have been four-peated. So
we could have, but, you know, we got what God wanted us to have. At the end of the day, we cannot be crying over spilled milk. I mean, we lost the NFC Championship game. We lost it. We lost it fair and square. You turn the ball over in the first 2 or 3 possessions, and you get behind by the Niners, 14 points down. You already put yourself in a hole. And we know better because the team that turns it over the most is generally the team that loses the game. And you cannot afford mistakes like that in big games like the NFC Championship game.
the future of Dak Prescott, do the Cowboys stay with him or do they move on?
I say they stay with him. I think they should stay with him. I think they should evaluate the offense itself and what we're doing offensively and make sure that we have a well-balanced wide receiver core that can help all the wide receivers become great wide receivers and make plays, not just rely upon CeeDee Lamb to be catching everything that's 3rd and 25.
Your thoughts on one of your younger alumni? You know, I know he's a guy you probably mentored a little bit as well, too. DeMarcus Ware being selected to the Hall of Fame, the same house that you're in.
Man, you know what? That's awesome. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me that we only have so few Cowboys in the Hall, especially. And I'm glad that DeMarcus was able to get in. I wish Darren Woodson would have been able to get in because you talk about our team like I had the Great Wall of Dallas, but yet only got one offensive lineman in the doggone Hall of Fame. What happened to Eric Williams? What happened to Nate Newton? What happened to Stepnoski and Tourné? And then on the defensive side, you had Darren Woodson. You had other players. So come on, we should have more players in the Hall of Fame. But kudos to D. Ware. He deserved it. I'm glad he's in it. Welcome home. And I'm happy for him and the Dallas Cowboy family.
Beautiful stuff. Thank you so much, Emmitt.